Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where's your smile?
He's using an 11, 12-year-old as his proxy to fight with Christine. It is so immature and damaging, in my opinion. Let's just get right into it. The only piece of this episode that I really thought was notable was the party. Christine's going away party was an absolute disaster. I think it's important to step back and think about, and I wish all of the adults had done this, step back and think about, why is McKelty pushing for this party? She says it's for Christine.
Because my mom wants to be done, but I think that she'll regret it if she doesn't get a goodbye. And I think so will they. They'll regret not saying goodbye just as much as she will. And it'll make it so everybody can't look back on this moment and be happy for my mom.
But that's not true. Christine didn't ask for the party. McKelty did, because McKelty needs it. The kids need it. Christine leaving means that their family is changing forever. It will never look the same, and they need closure for that. And it's the parents' job, it's the adults' job to see that and respond accordingly. They should have enough of an ability to regulate their emotions, to think clearly, to approach this party in a healthy way. That means that Robyn shouldn't be pouting, she shouldn't be angry, Cody shouldn't be petulant, screaming about the rain, Christine should be actively trying to connect with Cody and Robyn, Meri should be there, and Janelle needs to figure out where she wants to stand, but it should be more part of the family. They all could do things differently, but instead, Cody did his thing, Robyn did her thing, Janelle did her best to sort of jockey between both sides, right? And Christine was over in the corner, sort of withdrawn, and Meri didn't even show up. If you just watch that clip and you see the family divided, actively divided, the idea that the adults looked at that and said, this is how we're going to approach it. It was more important to them to be shooting, mean mugging each other than to think about the impact they're having on the kids. The worst part of it all was when Cody was interacting with Truly. That little segment, well, here's what I'll say. I hope that is not representative of how Cody typically parents his children. I fear that it is.
Truly, hey, are you okay that you're moving tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Once again, in my state of bitterness, I'm trying to box Christine in. I think she's doing something wrong. You sure? Where's your smile?
Cody walks over to Truly and says, are you excited that you're leaving? Now stop. What option does she have? And then he says to her, why aren't you smiling? What is she supposed? And you can see her looking around like, I don't know. He is forcing her into an uncomfortable position. He's pushing her to create conflict. He's not having conflict. He's not verbalizing his feelings. He's not elevated at all. Instead, he's using an 11, 12-year-old as his proxy to fight with Christine. It is so immature and damaging, in my opinion. The way this should have gone is that all of the family members, all of the adults should have made an effort to talk closely with each other. They should have modeled for the kids what the family will look like in the future. And in particular with Truly, everybody should have been gathered around Truly. Cody should say, I love you, I'm gonna miss you, we're gonna talk on the phone regularly. When you come back out here, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I can't wait for you to come and see the family. All of Robyn's kids are excited for you to live in their house. This is gonna be great. I've heard good things about Utah. You're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get through this and we're gonna maintain a family. That's what Cody should have done. But it's not. He was too focused on burning Christine and by proxy, burning his daughter. And then one last thing. I know everybody online was surprised to see Ariella show up with a pacifier in her mouth. Here's what I think. First of all, I have never done work with kids, but what I know is that a pacifier is soothing to a child. So if you are under distress as a child, it's a really comforting thing to do, which is why you see kids all the time when they're 1 or 2 with pacifiers in their mouth. But pacifiers, they say, can hurt people's teeth over time. And so parents are encouraged, hey, when your kid's 2 years old, yank the pacifier and force them to find other ways to cope. So the question is, well, what does it mean if Ariella has a pacifier in and she's whatever she is, 6 years old? Well, what it means is that no one around her is yanking the pacifier out of her mouth. That's the critique. The critique could be on Robyn and Cody for not changing the behavior and forcing her to find other ways to deal with her stress. But it doesn't necessarily mean that she is under any undue stress. It doesn't mean that she is not regulating her emotions well. Here's a way to think about it. The mechanism that makes sucking a pacifier soothing, the reason why that calms you down is the same reason why sucking your thumb calms you down. And there are a lot of kids that for a lot longer suck their thumb. Psychologically, emotionally, the same thing is happening. The difference is it's difficult for parents to stop kids from sucking their thumbs. So bottom line, if you want to critique somebody, you could critique Robyn and Cody for allowing that pacifier to be in, but the data around whether or not it's damaging to your teeth is pretty limited, so it's not really that big of a deal. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Oh, and maybe most importantly, I got merch. If you want PSYCH sweatshirts, hat beanies, crew necks, they're cool. Check them out below. Thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, all those things.